Here's how I turned your favorite furry blue cat ape genius thing, Beast, into the Bestia eruditus, or the Blue Bestas, Beetle. I'm using Procreate, and I start with a horizontal symmetry drawing guide. So whatever I draw on one side is mirrored on the other. I started with a sketch of Beast, to figure out his main characteristics, and then faded the sketch down and picked out the most important lines. While I was doing this, I was thinking about ideas for how to turn him into a beetle. I usually flick through entomology books or my Pinterest collection of reference to find bugs that spark an idea or have some characteristic that might be useful. Once I decide on a direction, I'll fade down the drawing and try to find the beetle by sketching in the recognizably beetle sections like the wing casings and legs. I can easily get stuck in this stage for hours and hours if I'm not strict with myself, so I try to move on to color as quickly as possible here. For this bug, I've started with a very dark blue, almost black, so I can then pick out all the highlights in blues. At this point, I'm trying to highlight the important features of the face, the brows, cheekbones, eyes, etc. I'm still working with the drawing guide, so everything is symmetrical so far, but I turn it off here to work on details. Now I'm picking out further details, imagining where the light will hit the beetle while keeping the face structure in mind. I'm pushing and pulling the lighter blue here to create the idea of the texture of the surface of the beetle, trying to balance a realistic insect without losing the source inspiration. Here I'm trying to bring the mouth out a bit more with some dark reflections, but then decide against it because it looks too rubbish. You can see me adding more beast-like details and then painting over them when it gets too far from a beetle. I'm moving on to some whiter highlights here, again working out where they would hit on both the bug and the face. It's handy to be able to add an opaque highlight and then fade it down to be more transparent. So I'm now adding more light and reflections, picking out more beetle details. Or details. The balance I'm always trying to find with these is I want it to look like a real beetle on first impressions and then to see the inspiration later in one of those lovely aha moments. Especially when I'm using a face as a starting point, I don't want it to just look like a face with insect legs, so I work hard to get it looking authentically insectoid. At this point I import it into Photoshop and add a few finer details and perfect the edges as much as needed. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, follow, comment or share if you did. Or all four. Or none of them. Just live your life. Also let me know if you enjoyed this process video. I'm happy to post more if it proves popular or fewer if it doesn't. A poster of 39 Marvel Comics inspired arthropods is available from my website. richardwilkinson.art shop. Thanks. Bye.